Alright guys, Scotty the Scavenger here. We've rocked up to the middle of nowhere in Australia, in the bush, to have a look at this Pajero 2006 3.2 litre common rail diesel. It's only 3.5 grand. It's pretty clean, there's a few marks, tyres are good. This is a bit dodgy, there's dent there, and it hit a rock. So under here you can't, I'll have to show you guys a bit later, but the cross member's bent and the transmission sump pan is bent. So I've got the jumper pack here, the battery's a little bit flat. We're going to try and start it, see if the engine's good. Drive shaft is also snapped, so see if I can change that. Use some JB weld to fix up the hole in the trans sump, fill it back with trans oil, and then we're going to try and drive this thing back home. So it's a VRX model, which means it's got the circle lights, and yeah, for 3.5 grand it's a good car, so we'll see how we go with it. Scotty the Scavenger, mate. Alright, here we go. We got the jumper pack hooked up. Let's see if it starts. Glow plugs. Started. Sounds good to me. Oh, what was that? Maybe we should have checked if the fans were clear. There's a bit of rat shit there, but the air filter was new. The guy said it was serviced. Sounds nice. So if we can fix this stuff, something sounds fouled. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of an investigation and then we'll see what's the story. So it's been running for about 5 minutes, still half a tank of fuel, still hasn't registered on being hot or cold. Sounds pretty good to me. 374,000 Ks. Power steering is working. Aircon. Ooh, sounded a little bit rough. Aircon's definitely working. Freezing cold. That's good news. Radio. It's always important, isn't it, guys? Power windows. Yep. 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 It's all tickety-boo. So we changed the dry tail shaft We glued up the transmission sump, the hole, filled it with transmission fluid. Haven't put it into drive yet. Just waiting for the owner to come. We're going to negotiate the price. Found a few things that were up with it, so we'll see if we can get it down from 3,500. I mean, it's pretty cheap. It needs an intercooler, it needs the cross members, and there's like the four-wheel drive actuator vacuum is smashed. So we'll see if we can't get like $1,000 off, and won't celebrate yet because we haven't seen if it goes into drive yet, but very soon we will find out. Alright, just an update. I didn't film it because I was with the guy negotiating the price, but it went into drive. No, not leaking transmission fluid. Temp gauge is sitting smack bang in the middle. It's running nice. Plenty of power. Yeah, so I ended up getting it for $2,750, which is an absolute bargain. So now we're heading back to my hometown, and I'll keep you updated on the scavenging process on this 2006 3.2 litre common rail diesel Pajero. Woohoo! Okay, a few hundred kilometers later, 5 hours later, we're still on the road. Car's running well. One of the best things about these Pajeros or Monteros, whatever you call them, from wherever you are from, is the fuel mileage. Big engine, powerful engine. We've done 125 Ks and the fuel gauge is right up near the top. So you get, I think, about 8.5 to 9 litres per 100, which is awesome for a big four-wheel drive that can tow 2.5 tons. You can start to see a bit of snow on the side of the road. We're literally about 5 Ks from home, so I would call this scavenging mission a success. Alright, just a quick update on the Pajero. Got dropped off at the mechanics, so it was a long drive. We picked up all the parts for it, intercooler, the cross members, that actuator that was busted, the rear tail light. There was a couple of other things, can't remember. Anyway, we dropped all that off to the mechanic. Now we're going to make it all the way back to where the van is. So we bought a BWS 125, top speed of 97 kilometers an hour. It's been driving down the highway for about 100 Ks. It's pretty, I got a stiff neck, I'll tell you that. I got a stiff neck, but it's not too bad. We got the helmet, we're just stopping for a snack. So we got another I don't know, 300, 400, maybe 500 Ks till we get to where the van is. So it might involve sleeping on the side of the road for a few hours. We've actually got a lockdown coming tomorrow, I think it starts. So I've got to make it in and out before tomorrow to race the lockdown. So it's a race against COVID. This BWS, if I keep going 100 Ks, then have a rest, 100 Ks, have a rest, we might just make it. But I'll touch base with you guys at the next stop. Quick little update. Got so cold that I had to stop riding. So found a nice little spot, and it was next to a rubbish dump, and there was some washing machine bits, so I used that to make a fire here. So we got the bike parked just there, and two nice pine trees. They're not native to Australia, but they're really good because they drop all the pine needles. They drop all the pine needles and it makes the ground nice and soft. So I make a big fire here, it'll dry up the ground around, and then over here, oh, we don't want that. So I'll probably sleep just here on a bad little spot. Alright, about halfway. We're about halfway, and another few hundred k's tomorrow. 300 or 400 kilometers, and we will arrive back at the van. Just occurred to me that you guys might wonder why buy a $1,300 moped to go and get the van, and you know, like, this is a waste of money, or it's a waste of time, not really worth it. But to be honest, that car was so cheap that we could have bought, I reckon, 8 of those mopeds and still been ahead. So the cost of one moped, and I needed it anyway. We're going camping soon, and I want that to travel, like, cruise around on during the daytime, when so we don't have to unpack and pack up our car. So I was going to buy the moped anyway. Yes, it's a bit crazy to ride such a long distance at night time, freezing cold, but I don't know, that's just the type of stuff I like doing. You know, you got the nice campfire here, pretty comfy. Took a little bit to find this spot, but it's a pretty good spot. Might come here again sometime. Free camping. Highway's just over there. So I'll get up in the morning and I'll keep on cruising. Alright guys, I'll let you know what happens if we make it back to the van before the COVID lockdown. I think we've got till 6 o'clock tomorrow to make it there. Alright, sun's coming up. We do have cars passing now, so it's a little bit embarrassing because I'm like behind someone's fence or whatever. So we're going to hit the road. It's still a bit cold, but should be okay. We're getting 200 kilometers, around 200 k's out of a tank on this bike, and then we got another 5 liters under the seat. So we've got about 400 k's range on this little scooter, which is pretty impressive. I like it. BWS 125, I recommend it. We'll leave the fire there, and let's hit the road. I gotta go to the dunny, and then we're gonna go try and buy a better jacket because I'm freezing out here. It's like 4 degrees last night. So my bed was right there. It was pretty good. Not a bad sleep. Had maybe 4 or 5 hours. So chuck our gear on and let's hit the road. I'll try and film some of the driving for you guys, but no promises there.
We're going to have this morning. Yep. Yep. You need one of those days. Yeah.
the sun's up properly now, so it's not so freezing. Far out, it was so cold. We've got about another, I don't know, maybe still 400 k's to go. I miscalculated. I reckon I had 500 to go last night. We've done 100 this morning. Been to the dunny, got a coffee, so time to jump back on the 125. Hit the road at 94 kilometers an hour. All right, we'll catch you at the next stop. So that's where I live. Not that one, but up there in those snowy mountains. But we got to drive all the way up here, and then up into these mountains, and then up and over a few more 100 k's. Let's keep rolling. All right, we made it to Bairnsdale. Nice river walk. Just want to talk about the riding. I've got about 100 kilometers to go. About 100 k's to go before we make it to the turn off, and then when we get to the turn off, it's 200 kilometers to go. As good as this bike is, I do not recommend a scooter for a 750 kilometer ride. You just got to stop every 100 k's. My neck is killing me. It's just the way that I end up sitting gives me a sore neck. But maybe you can get like your ass molded, you know, custom ass molded seat. That would be good. But if I do this again, definitely be upgrading to a more comfortable vehicle. All right, this is the last stretch of the journey. We're up to the last 200 k's. I just pulled over. This is the sort of forest we'll be driving through. This is where all the bushfires came through. So you can see all the new growth on the outside of the tree. Just sprouts up leaves all everywhere. And all this undergrowth, you can see it's just green, mega green. So all the wildlife and everything will recover better than ever. Just waiting for the next fire. So will I make it into New South Wales and back before the lockdown? That is the question, and you guys are going to come for a short ride, maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just to see what the drive's like. And the next time you hear from me on this video, I'll either be at the van, I'll either have made it or I won't have. So wish me luck. But this should be the most fun part. The road's really cool. So I'm going to try, I've only got 8% battery. I'm going to try and film for a few minutes of the road so you can just see what it's like. Alright, did we make it or did we not? You beauty! We made it, car started, we've got 1 hour to get back over the border, so no time to celebrate. Old Ironhide made it here, 1,000 k's in 24 hours. My neck's pretty sore. Let's load up the bike, let's get out of here. There it is. Alright, let's go. Next time you see me, we'll be back with the Pajero. Mission success, you're guilty. I'm confident we'll get back into Victoria, so I'm not going to post a video about that. Unless, of course, I don't make it and go to jail or something, then you'll hear about it. Otherwise, back to the Pajero. Mission success, you beauty.